So, if you ever played a game called The Age of Empires, you know that in the later stages of the game, you practically have an infinite amount of food and wood resources. So, units that cost you only those two resources are considered trash units. Not because they're bad, but you can spam them all day long. And only units that cost you gold are considered better and usually decisive. So, in this world of Swiss Army knives, there are some models that could be considered trash models. Again, not because they're bad, but if you search the secondary market, there are Spartans and climbers and campers everywhere. I already have two climbers in my collection, so I have decided, you know what, let's just have some fun with it. Not everything has to be so strict and serious, you know. Let's just have some fun with it. Let's make a themed climber. Let's make a medical climber. How can we modify this tool so it can be better used in those medical situations? Let's make a model for your medical pouch. So friends, welcome back to another restoration of Swiss Army knives. I am going to modify this climber into a medical climber. I am also going to change out these ruined scales into white scales, white plus scales, with red accessories. You know, white and red are usually considered medical colors. So I'm guessing you already know what a climber is. It's a three-layered 91mm model with knife blades, openers, and scissors in the middle. So what exactly am I going to do? I am going to modify this small blade into a tracheotomy blade. In layman's terms, a tracheotomy is a procedure when the throat is blocked and you need to cut a small hole under the blockage so the patient can breathe. I am also going to slightly modify the big blade by dulling and rounding off the sharp point of the big blade so it can be easily used in cutting seat belts and cutting clothing, so you don't accidentally stab the patient. And please remember, don't take this seriously. I'm just having fun, okay? All of the tools on this knife are in a pretty bad condition. This large blade is very sticky. It does snap, but it kinda grinds. This small blade is in much better condition. Scissors are in the best of all tools. This can opener is really bad. It sticks a lot. I have to push it a lot and it doesn't snap at all. Let's see this one. This one does snap. No, it doesn't. This corkscrew is okay. Hook is good. And the awl is also... No, it's not. The awl is bad. Let's see inside. It is pretty good. Not bad. But this scale is damaged. A part of it is missing, and as you can see, something happened here. But nevertheless, we are going to remove those scales, and like I said, we are going to put white scales on it with red add-ons or accessories. Put your knife in 60 degrees Celsius hot water before removing the scales. I have bought myself this Victorinox watch opener because this watch opener tool is fantastic for removing your scales. Sharp enough to do the job, but not sharp enough so you will stab yourself or cut yourself. Fantastic little model. Next thing is cleaning our knife. Just take some hot water and dish soap and start scrubbing that dirt away. I absolutely love this part. This is like a meditation for me. I put some music or put some podcast in my headphones, and I like to do it. I don't know, it really is like a meditation for me. I usually don't like to record it, but because it's boring. But I absolutely like to do it. Then I put a small amount of dish soap onto the pivots and open and close the tools a couple of times so they can be loosened up and the dirt can be washed away by the dish, but that is sometimes not enough. And now what I usually do, I take 2 small cups, one extra small, one slightly larger. This is the knife, so you can kind of see the relations. And you take WD-40 and you pour in the smaller cup, I don't know, maybe half a cup. I know that's a lot, but this works. And it helps if you have like an extension, but I usually lose it. Basically what you want to do is to put the knife inside so that the first pivot is completely submerged, because the WD-40 takes a lot of dirt and grime and I don't know, some kind of oils from the pivot, and this usually helps. I will pour just a little more. I think that's enough. Yeah. I usually keep one side of the knife in WD-40 for maybe 6 to 8 hours. I don't know. It's not strict. The more the better, And then you put this smaller kind of jar in the bigger one, and you don't want to spill. And then you put your knife inside. Basically this larger jar just holds the knife upright, okay? And then you leave it like this. It is, I think it's 8 o'clock in the evening, and I will keep it the whole night. And then in the morning I will just flip it and keep it in WD-40 until afternoon, okay? And try not to make a mess like I did. And now I'm going to modify this sharp point on the big blade by dulling it out and rounding it out. I am using 100 grit sandpaper, so that's a pretty aggressive sandpaper. Basically what you want to do is to remove that sharp point, because if you are going to use this knife in like a seatbelt cutter or cutting human clothing, in a high stress situation there is a danger that you may basically stab the patient if your knife has a sharp point. And now we are going to modify this small blade into a tracheotomy blade. Basically what you want to do is to completely remove the belly on the small blade and then make a new edge on it. By removing the belly on the small blade, you will make your knife point extremely sharp, and that's what you want to do because you want extra precision with a tracheotomy blade. This procedure took a little bit longer to complete, maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes. After those modifications, I usually wash the knife again, and then I can just polish those liners and polish all of the tools. Those liners won't be visible, but I like to be thorough in these restorations. I like doing it, but so I usually do it. Just put some polishing tape and just scrub it. You know, put some music in your ears or podcast and just have some fun with it, you know. It is fun. This procedure is very fun. That's why I do it. And now let's sharpen our big blade. It came pretty dull, so I used this whetstone and this Victorinox sharpener to sharpen it up. I am not an expert at sharpening, but I can put a decent edge on it. And here I am going to put a completely new edge on our tracheotomy blade. As I said, I'm not an expert in sharpening, but I think I did a pretty good job. I had some problems with it, but just trial and error, and you will eventually do it. You have nothing to lose. Just try it. Just enjoy it and just have fun with it. This is a theme of this restoration/modification. Just have some fun with it. Just try it. And now I just use this polishing cloth to make our knife nice and shiny. This is a completely aesthetic procedure, but I like doing it because it just makes everything nice and new looking, if you know what I mean. And then just oil your knife, put some oil in those pivots and open and close all of the tools so the oil can penetrate into the mechanism, making it nice and snappy as it once was when the knife was new. And here are our white scales with red accessories. I did some unusual experiment that turned out better than I expected, but I will show that later. Basically, I pretty much like this white and red combination, and it goes well with the theme we are trying to do here. So this is our final product. I love this white and red combination. I have forgot to tell you that this can opener can be used as a oxygen tank wrench. So there's that. And these scissors are great for cutting band-aids. And this is our main blade. You see the point is completely dull, but the edge is sharp. And this is how our small blade looks like now. I did put a new edge on it. And this pen and this micro screwdriver are stock gray, but I have decided to paint them. I did try the nail polish, but it chips right off. So I have decided to experiment with this paint for, I don't know, model trains and planes and boats. just to experiment, to try it. Just dip your small micro screwdriver in the paint and let it dry. And let me show you the results. This is after an experiment of 50 removals and putting it back on. The paint does chip off, but if this was a nail polish, it will be completely removed. So it works great. It works good. I am not going to use this knife, so I will paint it again and just put it in a display case. And the same with the pen. And I have decided also to paint this little stainless steel pin. And as a bonus, this lanyard has a carbide glass breaker at the end. Of course it does. So friends, thank you for watching. I have enjoyed this little silly experiment. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.